My son is IA in Iraq right now. He runs the Phalanx gun. He shoots down incoming. But what I wanted to tell you about was a conversation he had with his chief petty officer on the way to the gym. He overheard two guys talking about the Promise Keepers. And the next thing you know, there's 5 or 6 sailors on that ship all talking about how they were supported the Promise Keepers or they were a member of the Promise Keepers. And he didn't even try to solicit that. He was just on his way to the gym, and he heard these guys, and he started talking to them. The half of that ship is completely awake. You know, they want to support the Constitution. Hello?
Absolutely. Now, they're the Promise Keepers, that promise to be good Christian men, and that's great, and not be worldly, but there's also the Oath Keepers. Was it Promise Keepers or Oath Keepers?
Oath Keepers, Alex. I'm sorry. I got the wrong one. Oath Keepers. The guys who swear to abide and protect and defend the Constitution. You know, that's one thing in the Navy. They still have in their oath. When I went to his out of boot camp out in above Chicago, up in Great Lakes, all those fine young men all took an oath to defend the Constitution. And the other thing I wanted to tell you is that all those young men, like, we're about 3 or 4 hours drive out of Norfolk, so when they had all the classes, they used to drag up 5 and 6 guys at a time. We'd open up our house to them. All of them had these great positive attitudes. My son's awake, and I show a lot of the guys come up here, Endgame and Freedom of Fascism, all these movies. And you know what half of them said? Let it happen. We're going to fight, and we're going to win. They can't wait for the globalists to make their move. They can't wait. These guys are positive, and they're people that, like you said, they're people that do things. They're active. You know, they didn't sign up to protect our country just to sit around and draw a check. And that's what some of the globalists, they're dependent on. These guys that turn on us, they're greatly mistaken.
Well, absolutely. I appreciate your call, and say hi to your son and tell him we appreciate his service to the Republic. You know, if you look at the general enlisted oath, they do swear to the Constitution and the president. But if you look at the officers, it's to the Constitution. And that's why officers are commissioned by Congress. Because our founders didn't trust the president to be in command of the military. Purely. The Congress directs the president who the enemy is. He then prosecutes as the commander-in-chief, but the officers and the separation of power, Congress has commissioned them.
They're poisoning the water with fluoride. They're spraying the air with heavy metals. Why and what can you do to defend your family? This week at waterwebinar.com, in an all-new free live online webinar, Earth's most powerful cleansing secret is being revealed. A secret they don't want you to know about. Find out how to take fluoride and heavy metals out of your water and your body. Use it to neutralize deadly inorganic particles like lead, aluminum, even mercury, and remove these accumulated poisons from your body. Go to waterwebinar.com. A water secret so powerful, some have called it the #1 threat to the entire New World Order health agenda. It was even used during Chernobyl to clean up nuclear contamination. Go to waterwebinar.com now and sign up for free to find out how to turn the worst water on this planet into pristine, clear drinking water which heals your body. You can take your water freedom into your own hands and defend yourself and your family from the globalist health agenda. Don't get left behind. It's your life, your water, your freedom. Fight for it. Go to waterwebinar.com now.
Congratulations to our friends at eFoodsDirect.com. In August, they celebrate 30 years in the long-term storable food business. To celebrate, eFoodsDirect.com is offering the lowest price ever on their 1-year Freedom Food Supply, even less than the price in 1981. For a limited time, you get 30% off a 1-year Freedom Supply, which provides 3 hearty meals per day for 1 adult. The Freedom Supply includes a large variety of fruits and vegetables, dairy, legumes, grains, sprouting seeds, and more. Plus, you get a generous supply of their quick fix meals. This is the most complete, extensive, and affordable unit they have ever offered. Call 800-409-5633 or go to eFoodsDirect.com/Alex and get 30% off a 1-year food supply. If you have ever considered getting a supply, now is the time. Call 800-409-5633. That's 800-409-5633 or eFoodsDirect.com/Alex.
If you drive for a living, You don't get paid to stop or wait in line. Keep your wheels moving with Pre-Pass. Bypass way stations. Fly by port of entry facilities. Stay moving at highway speed while the guy without Pre-Pass waits in line. Save time, save money. Call 888-401-PASS to try Pre-Pass free. That's 888-401-PASS.
Hi, I'm Mark Craighead, founder of Crossbreed Holsters. I designed our top-selling holster, the Super Tuck Deluxe, to solve the problems of being poked, pinched, and gouged while carrying concealed. The Super Tuck Deluxe is the most comfortable, most concealable holster on the market today. We offer a 2-week free trial and a lifetime warranty.
Visit us at crossbreedholsters.com. Don't forget, crossbreedholsters.com.
Life Before the Collapse, Vinyl LP by The Lost Vegas.
How does it feel to be one of the beautiful people? Baby, you're a rich man. Baby, you're a rich man. Baby, you're a rich man too. Don't come knocking when your good friends lock you out.
Life Before the Collapse by The Lost Vegas on 180-gram vinyl and mastered especially for vinyl by legendary audio engineer Steve Hall.
This guy, why don't want me to this guy?
Life Before the Collapse by The Lost Vegas. The Lost Vegas. Now available at Amazon.com.
I was just watching Fox Business during the break out there on the television, and it showed every arrow of every stock in the 3-minute break aiming straight down red, with the stock market now down over 400 points, except for 2, gold and silver. Gold and silver were aiming up, then it was showing gold and silver stocks. Most of those were up as well. Not because they're really up, but because the dollar is being devalued, ladies and gentlemen. And it's that simple. We've got Max Keiser joining us coming up here in the next segment to break down what's happening in the markets, and I got a bunch of other news we're going to be covering. But right now, let us take another call to Raul in Florida. He's a former Marine, and he's got, I guess, a comment on the fact that Big Sis is running national TV ads. In ad after ad, the terrorists are all white. And the president and the vice president say it's the Tea Party. They're getting ready to attack us. Gee, when the Tea Party supposedly attacks folks, is this a little obvious this is a setup? I mean, how dumb do they think we are? Your comment, Raul.
Hey, Alex, how you doing? Yeah, I'm an ex-Marine. A few quick comments. Anybody that's in the service should watch the movie Beyond Treason. I don't know if you've seen it. But
absolutely. Dave Von Kleiss and Joyce Riley, excellent about the DU and how they didn't take care of the troops.
I sent you an email. I don't know who got it. I don't want to discuss it on air, but the ticket number is 266130. And if you read it, what I said on that email happens, I'll be calling you in the future. That's all I can say. I had someone or something that told me about 9/11 and the tsunami in Japan. And if this happens, what I said on that email, well, I'll have to contact you in the future then. Well,
let me stop you. What's your Infowars.com email ticket number again?
266130.
266130?
That's right.
Okay, we'll pull that up right now. What do you think of the rebranding over now to basically saying anybody who doesn't like global government, you're terrorists now?
Well, I think that the closer they get, obviously the people are going to be waking up faster and faster, and it drives them to make or take desperate measures, you know. So things are going to become more irrational. Things that they say now are just going to become more irrational. And people just need to open up their eyes and see how things change so quickly that maybe a year ago nobody would even mention that on TV, and now they're saying things that are just don't make sense, you know. So
well, it's simple, exactly. They're the terrorist. they know we're on to them, and they're going to now say we're the terrorist, and they're also going to then pose as us as well. They're going to hit us from every angle and come out and talk bad about the New World Order and talk bad about the Federal Reserve like Newt Gingrich and Rick Perry are doing right now. But their history shows they've always served it. They're so desperate because of Ron Paul, they're trying to become him. Let's go. I'm going to bring that up to Max Keiser, too, not just on the economy. I'm going to get his take on the awakening that's happening. Thank you so much, sir. Let's talk to a retired police officer, Jake in Chicago. Then we'll get to Barack, Justin, Joe, and others. Go ahead, Jake. You're on the air.
Alex, thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it. I used to be a police officer with the sheriff's office in Chicago. And I can tell you, and I left there several years back. I'm now a doctor of metaphysics, which is a complete different deal. But the interesting thing is, when I was doing police work, we handled people in a completely different fashion, and we were always told to be mindful of the way that we dealt with minority people so that it could never be construed that we were doing anything that would be considered prejudicial. And to see this swing completely, blows my mind, and I started taking notice. Wherever I go, I notice that almost every police department in the Chicago suburbs and whatnot, they're dressing like military now. They don't dress like cops because you used to have at inspection a pressed uniform so that you put on a nice image so that when you went out into the public...
Yeah, the old-fashioned peace officer. Instead, they look like Mexican paramilitary police.
Exactly, and when I started seeing that, I'm like, everybody's wearing combat boots. Nobody wears a tie anymore. They wear the little, Dickie type thing underneath the shirt, like on Hill Street Blues. And I'm like, this is going military, and there's battering rams on the cars. And I'm like, we never had battering rams on the car. If we had to kick in a door, we did it the old way. We kicked in a door. So it's become a completely different world, and something that I saw this morning literally scared the hell out of me.
Stay there. I'm going to have you finish up. We're getting Max Keiser on the line, but I want you to be able to finish up, and then he can comment on what you say. Max Keiser, who's really, with great precision, broken down so much of what's coming in the economy. He'll be with us coming up to track the implosion in the stock market, the rise of gold. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cameras, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Congratulations to our friends at eFoodsDirect.com. In August, they celebrate 30 years in the long-term storable food business. To celebrate, eFoodsDirect.com is offering the lowest price ever on their one-year Freedom Food Supply, even less than the price in 1981. For a limited time, you get 30% off a one-year Freedom Supply, which provides 3 hearty meals per day for one adult. The Freedom Supply includes a large variety of fruits and vegetables, dairy, legumes, grains, sprouting seeds, and more. Plus, you get a generous supply of their quick fix meals. This is the most complete, extensive, and affordable unit they have ever offered. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex and get 30% off a one-year food supply. If you have ever considered getting a supply, now is the time. Call 800-409-5633. That's 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. a very wealthy U.S. citizen, is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener.